Hello and welcome to St. Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon, Haryana. This is online lecture series. I am Rohit Raj, Civil Engineering Department teacher. We are discussing sewage and treatment, and in this series, this is second lecture. We will continue through collection of sewage. Let's begin. Till now, we have studied what is wastewater, why wastewater collection is required. Again, the terminology for sewage, sewage, soil pipe, waste pipe. I may remind you that waste from latrines is sewage, waste from kitchens and bathrooms is sewage, and the waste from latrines is carried through soil pipe, and waste from bathroom is carried through waste pipe. Now we also have seen the typical layout. Okay. Now we'll continue from classification of sewers. Basically, we will classify with the materials used during the design of sewers or during the construction of sewers. Okay, so first we will see what are the materials. Okay, first is brick sewer, second stoneware, third asbestos, fourth cement concrete, fifth plastic sewer pipes, and last, which is not very much used these days, is glass fiber reinforced plastic sewer pipes. Okay, so we'll see all of them one by one in detail. Let's start with brick sewer. Okay, now why we use brick sewer is basically because it is quite cheaper. Okay, brick work is quite cheaper and locally available. Okay, locally available means it is easily available any at any site. Okay, we need not to worry about the availability of brick. Okay, and also the surface can be moderately smooth. Okay, keep this in mind that surface can be moderately smooth. Okay, sewer structures like manhole can easily be made by it. Now here the term manholes, it it is basically a construction where a man can enter in sewer system. And why we require this? Obviously we require this for maintenance purpose. Okay, once we have constructed and we have joined every sewer systems, then at regular intervals or regular intervals of time, we need to check that and maintain that. Okay, in case of if something has blocked that, okay, we also need that. Okay, so there is a requirement of manhole for every sewer system. Okay, and for this brick sewer is quite suitable. Now construction cost is higher. Why construction cost is higher? Because brickwork requires laborers in large number. Okay, so construction cost, obviously construction cost will be higher in compare with other sewer systems like asbestos or cement concrete or fiber or steel. Okay, all are industry, all of them are industry made, and we just need to place them. Okay, but in compare with other sewer systems, brickwork, we need high labor cost while construction because it is designed and made at site only. Okay, so construction cost is quite higher. Now they are not rapidly constructed. Okay, again we have to keep this in mind. All civil engineering construction work do require some time for its setting and available for use. Okay, so if we have to design somewhere where it requires that we have to place that and instantly it should start work, then definitely we cannot use this because it has its own setting time and it will take time. Okay, so it is not rapidly constructed. Obviously, we know that brickworks also require time, and also we need some time for its curing and final setting period also. So it is not rapidly constructed. Now, it is found suitable for large sewers carrying combined wastewater system. Now, you all are familiar with combined wastewater system. What is that? A system in which rainwater, sewage, sewage, and industrial water all go through a single system. Okay, so this system is combined system, and brick sewer is suitable for them, also for large size. Okay, means when the sewer size is quite large, then it is handy and suitable. Okay, we'll see with an example. Okay, this is an ideal brick sewer. Okay, now here you can see easily that it is constructed. Okay, these are bricks and it is joined with cement, plain cement concrete. Okay, now brickwork can also react and it can cause corrosions. Okay, so cement react with glasses liberated from facial matters containing wastewater and subjected to corrosion. Okay, cement reacts with gases. Okay, and these gases can lead to the corrosion to the brickworks. You can see here these corrosions. Okay, these can be this can damage the structure and further water can seep through them. So this is not good. Now, vertified clay sewer. What does this word mean actually? Basically, it is process of smoothing something with the presence of heat. Okay, so when we smooth clay, okay, with heat, then it is called vitrified clay sewer. Now, this is widely used for manufacturing sewers. You have seen somewhere this kind of sewers. I would let you see this. This kind of sewers. This is vitrified clay sewer. Okay. Now, this is widely used. Okay. Surface of it is very smooth, impervious, and also high durable. Now, you all know from your geotech curriculum that clay are impervious. Clay material are impervious. They don't allow water to flow through them or seep through them. So obviously clay material would be impervious, and it is very smooth. Yes, it is also smooth. Now it is durable due to vitrification. Okay, so it is smooth, impervious, and durable. It has high resistance to corrosion and erosion. Now you can easily understand why it has a resistance with corrosion and erosion, because clay is itself a superior material. Okay, and also it has no elements to react with. They are used for small discharge because their diameter are small. Okay, so they are not used for large constructions. Okay, maximum diameter is restricted up to 60 centimeter. Okay, so maximum dia for which it can be used is 60 centimeter. It is difficult to make large size pipes and glaze it. Okay, so it is not recommended because for glazing purposes. Okay, for glazing purposes, size is limited up to that. It is not possible after that. Okay, so therefore we we are unable to use these sewer for big sewer systems. Okay, another reason is that their weight and difficulty in shipping and transport. Okay, this point is also quite important because suppose we have to carry our work in place where nearest shops is quite far away, and we have to carry them. So it would require a very, it will be actually very costly affair. Okay, so we'll will not recommend these sewer systems there because it is quite heavy, and for shipping it will be costlier. Okay, so and also it has a spigot type arrangements. Here you can see this, these arrangements are made. Okay, so I think I made myself clear about vitrified clay sewer. Now we'll see with cement concrete sewer pipes. Now this is the most common and most popular. Okay, you have seen everywhere these are used nowadays. Okay, very popular when size of sewer is very large. Okay, when the size increases, we recommend cement concrete sewers. Okay, high strength with low cost. What you want else? Okay, cost is low and strength is high. Nothing required else. Okay, so this is most important feature, that it has high strength and cost is low. They may precast and cast in situ. Okay, we have two systems available for cement concretes. That is, one, we have precast cement concrete sewers, and we can also cast inside also. Okay, at the site we can also construct concrete sewer pipes or sewer systems. Okay, it may be plain or reinforced cement concrete depending upon the required strength. Okay, now we all know why we reinforce, because the strength of material, to increase strength. Okay, suppose concrete material is not very good in tensile strength, so we require reinforcement so that it could increase its tensile strength. Okay, so depending upon requirement of strength, we use RCC or PCC, plain cement concrete or reinforced cement concrete. Clear? Cost of construction is appreciable. Okay, very not very much costlier for construction, because only we have to, in case of precast we have to only join, or in case of cast in situ, this is not too costlier because it is relatively cheaper than brickworks or any other systems. Okay, smoother and low weights. Okay, now you can compare this with vertified clay systems. Okay, these are heavy in compare with concrete pipes. Okay, now you can see with a diagram here, this is cement concrete sewer pipes. Okay, and I already explained that for large constructions these are highly recommended. Okay, we recommend to use them for large construction works. Okay, so you have to keep in mind high strength with low cost, available in both mode, precast and cast in situ, and it may be PCC or RCC as material to be used depending upon the strength required. Okay, and cost of construction is plausible, that is appreciable, and it is smoother with low weights. So why do we choose anyone else if we have having what we require? Okay, therefore cement concrete sewer pipes is most popular. Okay, most popular one is cement concrete. Now for this we need to know this, that what are the problems or cons with this system. Okay, basically it is susceptible to chemical attack. Okay, chemical attack on cement concrete sewers. If sewer exposed to sewage, it is subjected to corrosion. Okay, if we allow sewage to go through them, it is subjected to corrosion. You know what is sewage and what is sewage. Okay, no need not to remind this again and again what is sewage and what is sewage. Okay, if sewer is allowed to pass through sewage, then it is subjected to corrosion. To resist the adverse effect of above, concrete with good quality made from well graded aggregates and acid resistant cement. Okay. Okay. Now to cure this problem or to resist the effect of this, what we can do is we can use good quality. Okay. Good quality of what? Good quality of materials, good quality of cement. Okay. And well graded aggregates. Now you know what is well graded, what is uniformly graded, and what is gap graded or poorly graded. Okay, if the aggregate contains required proportion of each size of aggregates, then it is well graded. If there is more percentage of some aggregates and less percentage of some aggregates, sized aggregates, then it is poorly graded. And if some size aggregate is totally absent, then it is gap graded. Okay, so to resist the adverse effect of above, the concrete quality with concrete should be good quality, which can be obtained using well graded aggregates and good quality cement, and also the work should be controlled in a professional manner, better professional manners, so that it could give good quality concrete. Now, acid resistant cement we can use. Okay, also acid resistant cement we can use. The corrosion of sewer is mainly due to acidic industrial wastewater. Okay, now we have studied earlier that the amount of treatment required or degree of treatment required for industrial wastewater would not be same as it requires for household waste. It is quite obvious because in industry, the water used for many purposes which can result uh, in pollutants like in acidic or basic natures. So these are not equally treated. Okay, now here one point here mentioned that acidic industrial wastewater is the main reason for corrosion of sewer. So when we are allowing acidic industrial wastewater to pass, then there are more chances of chemical attack or corrosion of sewer pipes. Hydrogen sulfide, we all know that a sewer system or due to sewage, which gas is liberated? H2S. Okay, hydrogen sulfide. Okay, this is the most common gas which is liberated during sewer systems. Okay, with uh, methane also sometimes. Now, uh, these produced due to anaerobic decomposition of the organic matters with sulfates. Now we'll study this in detail, that how they are produced and why they are produced. But now, for now, you can remember that these are produced due to anaerobic decomposition of organic matters. Okay, any wastewater contain both organic and inorganic materials, and organic material can be decomposed with the uh, bacteria or other organisms. Okay, if the decomposer is the decomposition process is anaerobic, then hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S, is liberated with other gases also. So in case of anaerobic decomposition, hydrogen sulfide is liberated, and which can cause corrosion. Okay, so till now we have studied what are the pros of cement concrete sewer and what are the cons of cement concrete sewer. Basically, chemical attack is one and only demerit or um, problem with the system, but it can be severe in extreme cases, and it can result in seepage in surroundings. Okay, so we have to check with that. Now, what are the precautions to chemical attack? Okay, now we are studying in detail concrete sewer systems because this is the most common sewer system, and we have already studied that it has too many benefits. It is lower in cost, it is higher in strength, it is not too heavy in weight, and it is easily cheaper in construction also, and can be of both type, can be casted in industries and can be casted in situ. Okay, so this is the main reason we are studying this in detail. What are the problems with this and how we can cure them, and we can come across with a solution to them. Okay, so precaution to chemical attack. Partially purification of wastewater to reduce sulfur. Okay, before allowing to pass through them, we can treat wastewater so to reduce, at least sulfur can be eliminated to some extent. Okay, this may be one solution. Okay, raising oxidation reduction potential by adding nitrates to the compounds. Okay, now if oxidation reduction process increases, then what will happen? Then anaerobic reaction can be reduced. Okay, if there is oxidation reduction process, then anaerobic reactions can be reduced easily. Okay, and how do we raise oxidation reduction? Using nitrate compounds. Okay, third is aeration process. Now previous point is same as this, that we have to avoid anaerobic process. So we can aeration process can be also useful for this. If there is sufficient air inside, then anaerobic process won't be there. Now chlorination is also a solution to them. Okay, if chlorine would be present, then it can reduce the chemical attack. Okay, uh, other is doses of copper, iron or zinc to reduce sulfur content. Okay, if there is copper, iron or zinc, then what will happen? Sulfur will react with them and free sulfur won't be there. So chances of chemical attack will automatically reduce. Okay, we can also provide protective coatings. Okay, we can have protective coatings on our pipes so that it is not open to sulfur, so to not the probability of sulfur attack or corrosion gets reduced. Now sewer may be designed to full run. Okay, if there is open or partially filled sewers, then there is more chances of corrosion. Okay, if it is flowing full, then the chance of corrosion is less in compare of half or uh, open sewer systems. Okay, empty sewer systems. So these are the precautions we should use for concrete sewer systems to protect it from corrosion or chemical attack. Now we have Indian standards, okay, that is mentioned in IS 458 1971. Okay, we have class of pipes. Okay, its description and condition when it is required. Now first class is NP1. Okay, it is unreinforced concrete non-pressure pipes. Okay, when the pipe is not supposed to have any pressure or any loads on them, then they are not reinforced. Okay, the plain concrete would be used there. Okay, so drainage or irrigation use above ground or shallow trenches. Okay, It can be used above grounds or for shallow trenches for draining or irrigation works. Okay, this is NP1. You have to get familiar with them, because from now you can be able, you must be able to classify them with this help, with the help of this only class name. Okay, only class name. It should come in your mind that this is okay, this is unreinforced, or this is reinforced. This can be used above ground only, or it can be used, it allows pressure or not. Okay, so for first class, we can allow, we cannot allow pressure on them, that is NP1. Okay, it can be used above ground surfaces. Okay, why we can only use above ground? Because if we use them in ground surfaces, on ground surfaces, then there may be some pressure with the soil itself. Okay, earth pressure, and also the chances of other live pressures, that live loads can also affect them. So in case of that, we won't be, we would not use NP1. Okay, now let's come to other class, second class, that is NP2, reinforced concrete light duty non-pressure pipes. Okay, actually these are reinforced, but pressures still is not allowed. Okay, light duty. Therefore, it is mentioned that it is light duty reinforced concrete. Okay, drainage or irrigation used for culvert. Okay, you know what is culvert, and it is used there for draining or irrigation works carrying light traffic. Okay, it is light traffic, means little load from above, that above from top is allowed. Okay, if there would be pressure, then it would be the load from inside, means we have to reinforce accordingly. Okay, and if the load is from above, then we are reinforcing according to them. We all know, depending upon the loads, we have to reinforce our structures. Basic examples are beam, in which we are reinforcing in the bottom side, and in case of cantilever beams, we are reinforcing in upper side. Okay, so depending upon the types of loads, the reinforcement will be there. Okay, where we have to place the reinforced bars. Okay, now second class can be used for light traffic. Okay, third is reinforced concrete heavy duty non-pressure pipe. Again, this one is heavy duty, means it can carry, it can be used for heavy traffic works. Okay, means the load from the top surfaces can be heavy. Okay, we can allow heavy loads to pass above, across them. Okay, now the fourth is reinforced concrete heavy duty pressure pipe. Now, what is difference between all of them? First one is unreinforced, means reinforcement is not there. No pressure pipes. Okay, no reinforcement, no pressure pipes. That is NP1. It is used for above ground. Okay, or shallow trenches. There is no loads there. Okay. Second one is reinforced concrete light duty pressure pipes. There is light traffic. Okay. Third one is reinforced heavy duty, but all of them are non-pressure, subjected to no pressure from inside. Okay, now fourth one is reinforced concrete heavy duty pressure pipe. Okay, so these are used in traffics like railways. Okay, these are used in traffics like railways and other works. Okay, so now you are able to classify on the basis of Indian standards. Okay, NP1, NP2, NP3, NP4, unreinforced, reinforced with light duty non-pressure pipe, reinforced with heavy duty non-pressure pipe, and then reinforced concrete heavy duty pressure pipes. Okay, now another type is steel pipe seaver. Okay, now why do we use steel pipes? Basically, steels are quite good in shock absorbent, or also they absorb high external pressures. Therefore, we use steel pipes. So depending upon the situation, we can use steel pipes when the pressure, external pressure is quite high. Okay, so we'll study this in detail. Steel pipes are used when the lightness, imperviousness, and resistance to bursting pressure are major requirement. First one is lightness. Okay, when we have to carry them quite along, quite far. So this one is important. Lightness, imperviousness means no seepage is allowed through them. Okay, and resistance against bursting pressure. Okay, means if internal pressure is too high. Okay, then we can use steel sewer pipes. It also absorbs shock, means suppose there is dynamic load which could pass through them, above them, so then it could absorb shocks. Okay, there also at the we also know that concretes and other materials are not as good in shock absorbing. So therefore, this particular situation will use steel pipe sievers and high external pressures by deflecting, buckling, and flattering without failure. We know the property of steel that it can deflect, buckle, or flatter, but it cannot fail easily. Okay, so there we require steel pipes. Okay, it could change shape, but it will not burst. Okay. Third is erosion and corrosive action. Okay, means if the chances of erosion and corrosion is much high, then we can use steel pipes with bituminous coats. Okay, when we are coating with bitumen, then the corrosion and erosion works can be, erosion chances can be reduced. Okay, so why do we need steel pipes? We need steel pipes when we have to carry them for far. Okay, when the situation demands no seepage, that is imperviousness. Okay, lightness first is, second is imperviousness, there is no seepage requirements. Okay, third, it is resistant against bursting pressure. Okay, so if the pressure is too high, then all these three situations demand steel pipe sievers. Okay, also it has an excellent nature of absorbing shocks, and it can deflect, buckle, and flatter without failing. Okay, so these nature make them suitable for these requirements. Okay, now erosion and corrosion works can be checked also by you having a bituminous coat to them. Okay, so if we can coat them with bitumens, then we can use in a situation where erosions and corrosion is possible. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. We'll study in from here in our next lecture. Till then, take care and feel free to ask me any doubt. Okay, you can text, WhatsApp, or mail. Thank you.